And welcome back to Sports Wrap. As we continue our coverage of the NFC Championship game, the Rams defeating the 49ers earlier tonight by a final of 20-17. Matthew Stafford started a little slowly, but he got hot at the right time, finished 31 of 45, 337 yards, and a pair of touchdowns. Both of those touchdowns coming on third down, both of them coming to his favorite target, Cooper Kupp. And now we show you a live picture right now at the field as they continue to bring out the industrial strength carpet cleaners, take off all the NFC Championship logos, and get ready right now. Right now, we're getting ready for the Super Bowl. And meanwhile, all around town, Rams fans continue.
Celebration.
And maybe the celebration is slowing a little bit at this point, but they're still celebrating as the Rams are headed to Super Bowl 56, 2 weeks from tonight right here at SoFi Stadium. Welcome back inside SoFi, everybody. Great to have you with us tonight. I'm Kyle Kraska. He, of course, is Vince Ferragamo, and the Hall of Famer on the end, Jackie Slater. How are you guys feeling about it? And I shouldn't say this. Jackie's been asking us why the air conditioning is suddenly turned up so high here in SoFi Stadium. You do realize this is an outdoor stadium, Jackie.
Unbelievable,
you realize
man.
that we're outside.
But we're 6 stories below ground level. I mean, this is freezing. I'm freezing in
It's
here.
open over there, Jack. It's 43 degrees tonight.
In the world.
We're in Southern California.
Jackie's being fooled by the fact we have a roof over our heads. He thinks we're indoors. No, we are outdoors, Jackie. I'll tell you what, I want to hear from the head coach, Sean McVay, and Matthew Stafford, and let's listen to what they had to say after this great win today by the Rams.
Today was a great sign of the resilience. You know, we talked about that's one of the things that's kind of embodied this group. You go down 17-7, doesn't look good, but the guys just stayed in the moment. One play at a time, did a great job, you know, and then defense to be able to close it out, especially after the last time we played them the way that went. There was just so many great plays today by great players, and just really happy to be associated with these guys, and we got one more.
I spent a lot of years in this league, and I've loved every minute of it. I feel blessed to be able to play in this league for as long as I have, but I sure am happy for this opportunity for not only myself, but really so many guys in that locker room that deserve this too. So, and that's what it is. It's an opportunity, to go out there and win another one.
All right, Matthew Stafford there, and a look at his numbers. I gave them to you earlier, but here they are on the screen. 31 of 45, 337 yards, a pair of touchdowns, had an early interception. And remember, guys, in the second half there, he threw that ball over the middle that was right in the hands of the defender who dropped that potential interception, which could have turned this game around a little bit. In fact, the 49ers uncharacteristically made a number of mistakes. They had a couple of big penalties in this game. They had the helmet-to-helmet hit on Odell Beckham Jr. They had a taunting penalty, a couple of 15-yarders right there that really may have swung the momentum. But bottom line is, when Matthew Stafford got the football back in his hands, he was able to drive him right down. I think he went 4 for 4 in that last drive. They got the field goal. And you got to feel good for a guy like Matthew Stafford, because that whole dialogue that we had going into the postseason about he was 0 for 3 in the playoffs in his career in Detroit, that's over now. Because guess what? Now he's 3-3. There's not a lot of quarterbacks that won 3 playoff games, and he's going to have a chance to win a 4th one coming up in 2 weeks.
Well, we've always been saying what type of quarterback he was, Kyle, as you know. But I'd rather be lucky than good any day.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
You know what? Let me tell you a little bit about this Rams team, as most people know. It's all driven by the structure of the coaching staff. And I'll tell you, Sean McVay has done a remarkable job in the divisional playoff game and in the NFC Championship game.
Yeah.
He came against Tampa Bay, and he came out aggressive, throwing the ball on 1st and 2nd down. This game, the structure of these type of plays, this quick screen, this little punch screen, the win route by Cooper Kupp to score, the corner route that he threw, the timing, everything was precise, and it's the way Matt Stafford plays. And he played right into the hand of his talented players, and they did the job when they had to.
And, Jackie, everyone in the world knows they're going to go to Cooper Kupp. How does Cooper Kupp have 11 catches for 142 yards and 2 touchdowns?
I have no idea. I have no idea. I told you what happened early in the week. I was coaching at the NFLPA Bowl game, and you had Hall of Famer Rod Woodson there. You had UCLA's great Cornell Lake there. And the list goes on and on and on of defensive backs and linebackers that played a lot of defense in the National Football League. And I posed the question one evening. We were sitting around relaxing after one of our practices. I said, how is it that nobody is able to cover Cooper Kupp? And when I said that, I sat there and listened for an hour and a half with all these great defensive minds telling me all of the reasons why this guy is doing what he's doing. He's smart is the number one thing. He understands leverage on secondary guys. He reads people's body language very well. And couple that with the fact that the coach understands that he's capable of doing all these things and throwing the ball at just the right times along with this quarterback here. It just makes for a very difficult guy to deal with and to cover. Now you complicate matters for a defense by having Odell Beckham Jr. over there, a big play threat every single time he runs a route, and you can't just double cover Cooper Kupp. And then on top of that, did you see what they did today? Even after Tyler Higbee went out, they did a fantastic job of manufacturing short yardage, run-type yardage by throwing the ball to the tight end in a slot. It was a fabulous game plan by Sean McVay. I was very, very impressed, and I was even more so impressed with the young tight end. I can't think of his name. Blanton. He came in there after Higbee went down, made play after play after play, and they basically used the passing game in the perimeter like a running game. They just settled for 5 yards here, settled for 6 yards there, and complemented that with the stuff that Cooper Kupp. It was beautiful to watch.
OBJ has been a blessing to this team, and it's funny because when he was in Cleveland, a lot of people wondered if his career was on the downslide, and he was over, and he comes in here, and he's been a perfect complement, as you said, in really helping when Kupp was covered. You got it to OBJ, and also gave opportunities to Cooper Kupp as well.
OBJ, the best hands in football.
Fantastic.
Obviously.
Hey, I shook hands with the guy. The guy's hands are bigger than mine now.
I'm telling you what, he can grip that football,
The
Jack.
good Lord gave that young man some big hands.
Did you see him preseason, him catching him one-handed?
Yeah,
he was
I
back to
really
his old
impressive.
self.
All right, Gerard Moncure had a fun assignment today. When this game was over with, he was out on the field, and he was grabbing a lot of the players as their celebration was just beginning. Let's go back to Gerard.
Kyle, thank you. You know, there are so many great stories on this Ram team, and running back Cam Akers is just another one of them. He tears an Achilles in a pre-training camp workout. Didn't even make it to training camp.